Action Pants Gaming.
Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right.
Well, good morning and greetings. For all of you out there, and as Captain Steve would say, the viewerverse. I like that. It's me, Kevin C. here yet again at Action Pants Gaming with another just hanging out, playing games. We'll noodle around in No Man's Sky, but I have a feeling I'm going to get a little frustrated. So we might not. It is Tuesday. It is June 30th of 2026, and I've got 10 a.m. Eastern time, at least from where I'm sitting. But I know some of you might still be out there in the past, and some of you might even be in the future. But whatever present you happen to be in as you're catching this, I do hope it's going good for you. All right. It's early. It's Tuesday. Did I say Monday by accident? No, it's Tuesday. I couldn't remember. I'm not expecting a whole lot of folk to be here right off the bat. You know, it's a work week. People are working. I stream a wacky time. So. Ooh, pardon me. Let's head on into where we were, and we'll noodle about for a minute or two, but I have a feeling I'm just going to get overly frustrated as the glitch that still works but doesn't work in a vertical manner as easily as it used to. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. And honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just kind of noodling about. Now, if this takes everything out, I'm going to be a little upset. And it did. So we're back to having a collision deletion issue. Granted, that particular part has always been sort of notorious for that, but good morning, the legendaries. Thank you for being here. Good to have you aboard. Levity, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Blah, 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 blah. Titan on YouTube, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, I'm just... You know, I'm like, why am I even bothering? You know, nothing is gonna be what it, you know. I may figure something out or figure out a workaround for something, and then it'll just be, you know, oh well. You know, if they decide to change something again. Got to get rid of that dot. The exclamation point. Yeah, so it's like I can't warp anything. I can't make cool lighting effects. The lighting in this game has always been an Achilles heel. They change it, but oftentimes not for the better. Or they'll get it, and then they'll make another change, and it ruins something. I don't understand, you know, the thought process sometimes. But what are you going to do? If you'll notice, we have a left to right band of light, but we don't have it in all directions, which is a little odd. You know, if it's coming this way and this way, it should also go that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, and that way. But for some reason it does not. Now, if it did, it would be very, very bright. It would probably be rather annoying. But a new glowing magma. Magma. All right, where would that be? Would that be over here? Or did we not get it yet? We have the magma shard. Let's see what this thing looks like. There's some parts I actually haven't even seen. Interesting. Is this the one you were referring to, or is there another one I'm not aware of? This is where that... Alright, let's do a little mess around. I have a little, R&D, I guess. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's like if you want to tilt apart a different way, it's going to be much more difficult, it seems. Because the minute you... get to a verticality, it seems to be sort of an issue. And that's interesting in itself. Even though the parts that are here are not close enough to this connector that overlaps, it kind of is there, never mind. But still, interesting. Okay. Just, I know the lighting is not going to react in a way that it normally would, which creates, you know, and to rely on this for perfectness is impossible. You're never going to get it perfect. It will never be lined up appropriately. It's almost like nothing interacts with anything. see what's going to happen. Depending on where things are placed. Yeah, it just doesn't, it doesn't have the warping effect anymore, which was like one of the coolest parts of it. Again, the lack of light interaction now with the parts that we used to have. I am incredibly worried that we are going to end up in a very different build mechanic that a lot of us are not going to appreciate. And the change of, all the stuff with the wire. And how the wire operates. Alright, so if I want to turn that upside down, what I normally would have done, I might not be able to do. So, how tall are you? Half-ish. It's frustrating when I was like, all right, I'm just going to take a break for a little bit, get my, just kind of refresh the brain and go into it, a little different. And then like change after change after change after change, everything, really interesting in my opinion that I did, the lighting effects, which in my opinion, that's where the game kind of lacks in a lot of ways. They started doing something cool, and then what I made I thought was really neat and interesting, and then they changed the animation of the base terminus, and then the boundary seal, and then the way the signal booster and all that. then the light floors, the pill lights, you know, everything with lighting just kind of went kaplooey. And then add in you know, the you know, the taking away of the cash pin, which I think that's what altered the regular cash. And now trying to do an upside down thing or in a circle seems to be considerably difficult or downright impossible. And, you know, and now I can't just simply flip apart, you know, accurately. The rotation just doesn't cut it because it's not accurate enough. Or you got to go through, you know, find that right spot, you know, and 80 years later, you know, I can finally... How do I get rid of the texture? I think I gotta go standard again. There we go. Oh, the dragging of a part, you know, to just kind of like, if I were to hold this and then keep building over the single snap, that would be another nice addition. Do I think we'll ever see that? Probably not. But who knows, you know, what they'll do with LNF, you know. Yeah, it's now considerably more difficult to or nigh impossible, you know. All right, where did that end up? Did that go in there? It did. It took a bunch. And this is what I'm talking about manual placement. You're never going to get perfection. Was the whole... Yeah. Yeah, I miss a lot of No Man's Sky things, that being one of them. And it really doesn't do much anymore, you know? It sort of affects that. But you have to be at the right angle. Alright, and if I remove this, that means we're going to lose everything. Okay. Yeah, like there's no light interaction anymore. It's very... blasé. And now that cube is completely caught in that collision. There we go. If it were centered, I don't know if I'd be able to retrieve it. Yeah, the lighting is no bueno. The lack of we haven't seen this 100 times. Yeah. I wish I could write to Hello Games and send them videos and be like, see what it used to be? And now it's not, and we all really liked the used to be. Like, for some reason, they just haven't been able to get the lighting correct. You know, I don't know why. And color, you know, like, how many times have we had our bases just randomly change color for no reason? And then you can't fix a lot of it because of, you know, the way it's put in. Yeah, I mean, yes, but that's also what I'm afraid of. Because it's like there are certain things that we all use and like at this point, and you know, if that can't come back, was this always naturally scalable? I want to say yes. You know, but here's another thing. Like, let's see what the normal size looks like. Yeah, like there's nothing on this screen. And you can't really, I mean, you can to an extent, you can place something on it, or you can, yeah, and then the automatic lighting. And then again, this here, you know, great, it's a bunch of dead screens that you can't really add anything to. You know, while it is a cool part, like, again, you know, this is cool because it gives motion. But the only motion that they seem to really add is like fog that moves and in fact ends up distorting the piece a little too much, or it's too bright. Yeah. Oh no, I mean, there's a lot of things I was thinking and parts I hadn't really, you know, started playing with too much. I was just getting into it, and then, you know, glitch building kind of, you know, the A.P.G started feeling funky, and then now it's really funky, and, you know, I hadn't gotten into it, and, you know, there's nothing in here, so why have that fog in general? You know, you could just have the lighting light it, but let's take a look at something here. Right. But yeah, look, it doesn't. So instead of just having cool, you know, because we got like what, an orangey red or something like that, or yeah, yellowy, beigey, kind of a mix. Lightning and games. Good morning. You know, having that light, you know, hit the edges and give a blue, you know, give it that, you know, you have a little bit of underglow and you know, overhead. But here you don't really get, you get a little bit, but it doesn't like portray any of the color really, or yeah, you know, you could totally, you know, throw in, and you know, when I first got the part, you know, we were in the city R&D, or the new city R&D rather. You know, we were adding in different bits and pieces, but you know, to truly do it, you know, we would need our glitching ability back, you know. Where are our pipe? I forget. You know, and then add whatever, blah, blah, blah here. in that distance. For gunk. Yeah, it's gotten to the point where, in my opinion, it's unusable without a level of high frustration. It's just, yeah, that works. Like, if you want to do anything more complicated than you know, things on this plane, like this seems like, okay, that works, you know, pretty easily. We're not, you know, having to get all crazy. And you know, in this, for example, this is the torch. Like, you barely even see it. And again, this is what I mean. The lighting has always been weird in this game. It never quite makes it. So it's just shy of being. Because while I oftentimes will do a lot of manual manipulation, it's after I've created, you know, the foundation first, you know, of what I need, so that I have that, you know, centralized and working properly. How does this look these days? I mean, that's the other thing, like the hot spots and a lot of the lighting, like, I don't know. That was the thing. I built so much, and I'm like, all right, let's, you know, try some lighting stuff. And we discovered that cool lighting stuff, and then they changed the animation and the interaction of it. And that's when I was just like, all right, I need a break. Just created all this stuff, spent who knows how many hours. Just want to see where this ends up. Oh, that's nice. Perfectly snapped, perfectly placed. Man, that pullback with the camera. That pulls me all the way back here? What? Why? Now I gotta go and zoom in to where I am. But this is why it's so important to be able to, and also do this at different angles without having a freaking issue, you know? Oh, what happened there? That'll probably be this one. Okay. Oh, because I didn't do the other side. Okay. Yeah, all right, I got it. It'd be cool if they had it so it was a single cache. You know, you didn't have to hit the, camera pulled way back for no reason. Sometimes I hate having the voice I have because it... Alright, why are you not working? What's missing? We had it. Or would it be here? Should be that one, no? I mean, again, it's all things that just take, you know, and make it take more time to do something. You know, it becomes bloody annoying. Did I not do? I not did. Okay. So is it because it's going this direction? Alright, so that's the central one. Or is it like right next to each other? That's how it goes. Yeah, it looks like right. Yeah. That's the center one. And then that is essential. So we just need to go every It would have to be an offset. No, but it's not. Uh-huh. Huh? That's super annoying. No, so that would have to be a halfway point. Right, it lines up to an extent, but you have to start at one end. Double tap tap. It's going up. Right here, and then in the central part here, that would be. No, it's still not quite enough, is it? Yeah, and even like the cache gets confused, I'm seeing. Like, you cache that, then you're moving that, now you have that. Because you've moved it. Instead of caching it. Well, no, because if you miss it, then it's just going to register as a movement, which then copies the part. Even though I copied that. It's almost like if you're using the camera. I just, why is that? We always tend to answer our own questions. I'm wondering if we just need to do a center. That could make it easier. I also just need to see where, you know, when it does work right, where that would sit in relationship. Yeah, and there's a lot of like, so it should be, right, so this would actually be here. Right next to that. It's not actually in the middle of those. There it is. It's here, 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 here. Is it not? Yeah. So, is it just a run? Yeah, that's just a run, is it not? Or do we have to get the overlap first? I think it's just a run. Well, that's not going to be in the right direction, is it? No, it is not. And is that going to be... Yeah, because you can't turn that. It's not going to be in the right direction. Yeah, so I went to cache that, and instead of caching, it turned into the pyramid. This is annoying. Yeah, there it is. In every other scenario. Yeah, so that's it. That's all you gotta do. It's not all that crazy, I guess. Alright, cool. That makes my life easier. But let's just make sure that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, that's all it is. Or is this slightly different? No, that should be fine. Yeah, you don't got to worry about nothing. You just start one and then let it run. I have a feeling there is a slight difference here. No. No, that can't be. Well, there's one way to find out. It take us 2 hours. Because you're gonna have to constantly. Yeah, it's like if you miss. Alright, copy. Cache. Copy. There we go. Yeah, it's just a singular. Alright, super easy. No big deal. You don't gotta do any craziness. You just run it, yeah. So that was a nice way to line it up. Nice and easy. You don't have to do an offset. I had an odd feeling that you did not. Oh, excuse me. Now, I like the fact that they are not in sync at the moment. However, I have a feeling. Give it a reload. Now we're synced up. Probably do it with the wall too. Yeah, see how that light is not... look at that. Hey, Nanya! Thank you. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, look at the light. That's weird. That's weird, man. Bizarre. I don't know if I get it. What's going on with you? Ooh, pardon. And weren't we able to... Yeah, there's another one that we forgot about. We used to be able to see these parts because they finally were... now you can't see unless it's sticking to something. You can't free place it. And you used to be able to... Oh, right on. You used to be able to free place it and see it, right? You can still free place it, but you can't see it. And same with all the other underwater stuff. Now, does this trick still work? Alright, that trick still works. Well, that's cool. Yes, both. Right, nobody's watching right now. It says YouTube. Nobody's here. Alright, that's good. I'm glad that still works. Yeah, the torches. Not very good. Yeah, so wherever you want to start your midpoint, and then you just carry them out. You should, or wherever you want your start point, really. And then, like Levity was saying, you just hide this using whatever you want to use. And what I would like to do is I'd like to be able to free place it, rotate it, and all that, but you can't because you can't see it. Same with that. And also, you used to be able to get a door out of it, or whatever you did that, but I could be mistaken, but I think so. I think on some you do. Yeah. So, back in the day, when we didn't have all the parts we have, that would become a door on the wall. But we also used to blend stuff into that. Now it's a solid piece. Let's see if that's still the case. It is. So that used to be, the same distance as that. So you could go in, and that, that lump here was not, you couldn't angle like that, for example. And that would then blend in to the back, so you were able to, I don't know if you remember the moving wall art gallery. That was, done with the wall before they changed what they changed, the collision on it. But because these all have multiple, I wonder if it's a multiple thing. Like if you have the multi-choice, whether or not that allows for a wall, or if it's just, yeah, that's just the old piece. So doing this here does not create a doorway like the legacy parts. In this particular instance, it just becomes and when they did stuff like this, where it's like, all right, we see you guys, wanting to use these on the terrain, and then they finally allowed it, right? Which just made sense. It's like why they lock certain parts behind, yeah, and this is a little crazy, like am I in free placement now? Like that. Yeah, there's something going on. Snap points, things being offset, the lighting. I mean, the last time they really did anything major with the build mechanic, other than blurb it, no. No matter where you do, you're always going to have that one empty one at the end. You can't even turn that to have that one. Well, you could use that and then. That would be where? That would be here. And then again, these screens are like, all right, well, that's kind of boring. And then you could... Oh, wait a minute, you can't. Without doing some major... Because the collision bubble is so gigantic. So you would have to create that ahead of time, knowing where all that is. Because you have the collision bubble. And then you'd have to, so, you know, it'd be a lot of back and forth with that, because the collision bubble is so large, pushing that piece forward. You know, here's another piece that most of us never quite understood why, you know, the netting around it. You know, we just wanted the part, which we've seen can be done as a solo thing. But then this, and it almost looks to me like the mesh that they were working with, and then they just left it on there. You know, because whoever designed it was stoned at the time. Was like, that looks pretty cool. And I just moved on to the next thing, and then before sobering up the next day and looking at it, like, wait a minute, maybe we should just give the cool part of it, you know, because you can't even see it from a distance. You know, you got to go like get into it, and you know, it's this thing, and it's overly bright. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, you can't use it for anything other than you know, this thing. You know, until, and again, you know, after I, you know, did what I did to make the, boring, entertaining, what? Atlas. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. If I were to cut that off. Well, all right, we know what we can do with that. Easy enough. That way you get a nice line. I really want to work with this, but the way that, you know, things are acting right now, it's just, I'm not going to do it because it's going to take way too long and get way too frustrating. You know, the changes that have been made that did not need to be made, and that probably just happened because of an addition somewhere else, like what I've seen over the 10 years I've been doing this, however long since Foundations. You know, just, you know, as I said the other day, an American Psycho is the one that pointed out, and it was 100% accurate the entire time. Whenever there was an update or a patch, something in the build mechanic would always get affected. Even though nothing was touched in the build mechanic. Could never explain it, don't know why, but that just happened to be the way. And for years, I've adapted. But to remove or change the things that they have at this point because of another edition, you know, just, it's hard to get back into the flow and, you know, and do things. And I'm just waiting for the next update to see what else gets changed, you know, and how that changes things. So, you know, we know that we're getting something soon because we got the 10-year anniversary coming up. So do I really want to start messing around right now? Probably not. Because if I get into something or I figure a workaround, which, you know, or discover something, that actually, works with the lighting currently, and then they change it, it's not, I don't want to have to go through the whole, frustration of it. I would rather at this point just wait for them to do whatever the next update is, see if anything got better with the build mechanic or changed, and if not, all right, dabble a little bit, don't get too crazy, and go from there. I'm really curious to see what happens with the next update. Being the 10-year anniversary, I hope it's something super spectacular. I forget which is the proper way here. I know it's front and back on the wire. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, the back end is the might as well go through and just delete this. Get trapped in every time. Yep. If I move something. Yeah, and why am I loading into this spot here? What the hell is going on? Yeah, so this was one of the lens versions initially. Yeah, again, lighting, a lot of stuff that okay, Atlas, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but I've been building in this game for the entire time, minus a little break, and when doing creative things, sometimes you need to, take a break, especially when things that you've been working on or in the middle of get changed, and that gets frustrating. So, these things happen. And as I've always said, this is still my favorite game and always will be, you know, and the way that I feel and what I need to do in the game is how I feel. You know, I needed to take a break. I built so much stuff in this game and I created so many things, and then to watch the things that I create get destroyed with an update that shouldn't have even affected those things, I needed to step away so that I could refresh my, you know, creative thought process and come back with a fresh mind. So, and I'm not the only person who feels this way. I've talked to a number of people who are very frustrated with the way building is right now. And who had to step away because they were in the middle of things that they can't finish right now because of changes that were made to the build mechanic for no reason, because another thing was added to the game. As much as we always appreciate the free things that they've given us over the years, which I've stated a number of times, how much that I appreciate in Hello Games and things that they've done and all the time and effort that they put into this game. And more so, most of the community that is so amazing, you know, there's some newer people I've seen apparently causing some problems. But yeah, I got a little burnt out. I built a lot of things in this game. I needed to refresh, you know, my thought process on how things are, and I wanted to wait so that if I started building something again and then they changed another element, you know, I wanted to make sure I could complete what I was doing. I wish this still, you know, worked. It looked really cool for a long time. Well, might as well delete it. Yeah, and I do too. You know, but you know, you're constant, you know, having to, you know, stir the pot and not realize that everyone has their opinion, and I get it. But you got to understand that the thing that I've been doing in the game for the longest period of time, and probably before you were playing, is building. And, you know, I love that portion of the game. And for years it has worked properly. And a lot of the builders who have been in the game building and, you know, creating tutorials for people and all this other stuff, you know, are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, where it is now much more difficult to build in the game. My favorite game to build in, and if you were here yesterday, you would have heard a lot of what I was saying about it and why I'm frustrated about it, because it is my favorite game and it always has been and probably always will be, you know. But things have changed to a point at the moment where I can't do, and a lot of us can't do what we normally were able to do. And things have changed and destroyed a bunch of saves on my end and some other people, you know, because of using techniques that we created and we're sharing with each other in the build community. And I've been seeing, you know, I've been seeing a lot of things lately, you know, going on that, you know, as you add and add and add to the game and other things get affected but not fixed, you know, plus the testing for Light No Fire in the game and all these things, the game is taking on a lot and is having some issues. Part of me is kind of hoping for much as I don't want to see it, but at this point, the only two things I have left, are my two cities, and the Zoo Memorial, which I would rebuild if they did it. I think we would have to get together and find a new planet and redo everything. I would probably take that on. Would be another wipe. And, go through things, get things working, a bit better. Hey, Jabboy, what's up? Snap points, adjacency glitch is not working correctly. You are correct. Primitive's not working. Pieces not glitching. Winning. Close proximity to others. Parts are thrown. Cannot create teleported bridges easily. Exactly. Yeah, I know. I would love to go back to before Corvettes. When at least the mechanic and the lighting was working, as it should. Or as it had been for years. And then again, added Corvettes, the new build thing, which then affected, the regular build mechanic or terrain building. And I haven't even tried to build on a freighter recently, so I'm sure some of that probably got affected too. The lighting where you walk into a room and it should be dark because there's no lights in there. You haven't even done anything in it yet. And all of a sudden it lights, it becomes bright and oddly colored, A lot of it, I think, is because of Legend, is because of Light No Fire and the testing of, things in Light No Fire for here, as they were testing them in here. Also, the Corvette building mechanic ended up affecting it as well. The lighting, I'm not sure. I mean, that's been an ongoing thing for a number of years, trying to get things, to be what they want. But I think the biggest problem is that it needs to be on on all the platforms: PC, Switch, Xbox, PlayStation 4, and all this stuff. That, it makes it difficult for them to, try to please everybody. In some ways, I wish they had just kept it Xbox and PlayStation. The problem with Satisfactory is it doesn't have crossplay like other games has, because without crossplay, there won't be any playing with content creators. Yeah, I mean, I suppose, but there are a lot of content creators playing Satisfactory. I mean, there's multiplayer, and actually there is crossplay. Actually, Atlas with Satisfactory. Because they brought Satisfactory to console, and you can, I can play with Katrine while she's playing on her PlayStation, while I'm playing on PC. We've done it. And actually, I think we even streamed it a couple times. Satisfactory, I like a lot of the build mechanic with Satisfactory. I think they did, a lot of great things that I would love to see in addition, as additions to No Man's Sky build mechanic, like, the being able to draw out floor panels and walls and things like that. I think that's really cool. The nudge. And like I said yesterday, why I love No Man's Sky building, or why, I still do, but I'm frustrated with it at the moment, is that it is the most creative build mechanic I have come in contact with. It's why I stayed with it for so long. It's why I was able to create things like what you see right up here, which aren't even displaying the way that it did before. Let's not get, never mind the 616 Dream Machine, and all the stuff there and the energy cores I just created that were working for quite some time until the recent updates. Oh, Catherine, she's doing okay, I think. Better. I know she had her broken bone. She's definitely on the mend on that. Doing much better. She's been streaming Satisfactory and Farm Simulator. I can't get into Farm Simulator. It's just not my bag. But it's interesting to watch occasionally. I definitely lurk sometimes. Enshrouded has an interesting build mechanic, but again, not like nothing I've encountered is like No Man's Sky building mechanic. And, they had it perfect for so long. And then just recently, with the changes in the animations and the lighting interaction, and now with, the UAG being completely different, and the things that Jabway mentioned, the things we talked about yesterday, it is just, I don't want to go end up hating my favorite game. I love this game. I will always play it. Even when Light No Fire comes out, I will probably still, jump into here and check out what's going on. Light No Fire initially, of course, we're all going to be playing the hell out of that. And I will be, it'll be nice because, it'll be a fresh build mechanic. We'll get to see what's going on with it. And, we can kind of work from it at a, as a fresh beginning and a fresh start. Not something that has been changed and evolved and, quite frankly, in a lot of ways, still broken, build mechanic that has been altered and changed and built upon, and other things have changed it, even though they weren't doing anything with the build mechanic, as we said, So yeah, it'll be fun to, get into that build mechanic in a fresh, day one sort of thing. And I will probably try to coordinate some sort of vacation around the time that Light No Fire releases, because I want to support Hello Games for all the things they had given us over the years for free. And I have mentioned that thousands of times, or at least hundreds of times, on how much I appreciate what they have done for us over the years, and how much I appreciate their hard work and dedication on this game. And with all that said, it's break time. So we're going to take a little breather. We will be back shortly. Hopefully you're still here. If not, enjoy the rest of the day or evening or morning or whatever you got going on. And, oh no, I'll pre-order it. Regardless if I end up liking the game or not, which, time will tell. I want to support them financially, because of all the free stuff they've given us over the years. The least I can do is, buy a game. Whether or not I end up enjoying it, time will tell. Nobody knows that. We'll see what happens. Nobody will know until it actually happens. So, until we play it. And like any other game, everyone's going to have their thought, everyone's going to have their opinion, and that's fine. You can please some of the people some of the time, and all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. Or you can please some of the people all the time, and all the people sometime, but you can't please all the people all the time. That's, there's a reason that saying exists. Okay. And with that said, we'll see you in a couple minutes, because I need my coffee warmed up. So we'll be right back. Atlas, I'll know whether or not I like it within the first month. But with updates, we'll definitely have to wait for it and see what happens, as an initial part. But I think that's one of the reasons we haven't seen anything from Hello Games on Light No Fires, because they want to make sure that they do it as right as possible this time, I would imagine. That is my thought. So yeah. Anyway, we'll be right back. I just had to answer that before I forgot about it and something else came up and it went away. But yeah, won't know until we play it, period. Doesn't matter for how long. We won't know whether or not we like it, or whether or not it's, or I like it, or you like it, or anybody else likes it, until we get it and we get to play it. All right, we'll be right back.
Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip haze, feels like midnight. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. It's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip haze, feels like midnight.
All right, we're back. Alright, what do we want to do? Oh, what's that? Got an electrical storm happening down there. Zappity zap zap. Yeah, I'm tired of that at this point. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go somewhere. Actually, you know what? Yeah, and this still is kind of broken. Well, I think you deciding what other people like and don't like is, and what they should do is not up to you. Answer this. Oh, excuse me. Pardonnez-moi. I didn't sleep very well last night. Not well at all. Right on, right on, right on. Okay. Let's try and finish this building up. Although working at night with this weak torch, it's hard to see. Oh. I never got that proper, did I? Ooh, and I don't have that part because I don't have that mod on right now. Oh well. Good thing I didn't decide to try to move it. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have that part right now. I can't even touch that. We don't want to go anywhere near that. Ooh, ooh, goodness gracious me, oh my. I would probably get rid of all this, yes. Oh. How many do we have on here? We have 1, 2. You can't even see into here, so it's sort of pointless. Yeah, because that matches. Okay, we're okay. Sorry, my apologies. Ugh. But I got a horrible night's sleep last night. A little bit of indigestion. Tilting? Yes. Alright, that tilts right there. Boom. And flattens out again there. Got it. That's not even lined up. What's going on there? Huh. Ooh, geez Louise. Yeah. Hello? And that just happened. Let's see what I would normally attempt to do here. Would be, actually, let's get rid of that. Yeah. Would be some universal adjacency stuff, but because of how things are acting right now, the frustration level on that would get a little well, frustrating. Close. Semi-equal. Actually, well, that would put it right on top of it. Would that matter? Ah, it's not big enough. Dang it. Almost. Not. Wish you had some more square, ones. Even this is not the same. Used to be able to do things here that have not changed. Well, at least that works. Or something there. I could. Yeah, and ER's base that never came back. After one of the updates, ER's base just never returned. Part of it's there. It never went to what it should have been. That's the unfortunate. It never returned to normal. But I'm not going through the effort to shrink that. It's not a flat piece, apparently. Look at that. That doesn't go on flatly. There's like a curve on it. Something in there. You can sort of see it right there, how that kind of rolls over the top of it like that. All right, let's get rid of that for now. Because I should just be able to kind of pop this on here. So, that's even more inset like that. Yeah, but see how it's... Not quite. Yeah, something's weird, because... Yeah, and this doesn't change color. I mean, I'm sure we could get it to, but actually, if I remember correctly, we might not be able to. Hey, Sound Doctor, how you doing? Get something. Not sure what, but something. Not exactly what I wanted, but at the moment it's better than nothing. And here's that thing where I was talking about where you're, trying to do things manually, you'll never get perfection. That's why that universal adjacency is so important. I have never seen that happen, that animation there. Where that light comes out like that. That's new. And then nothing on the other side. the only way that sits in that. But if I want to do anything, that piece is not even. It is not flush with the rest. Yeah, see, because I don't have that mod on right now, I'm not going to be able to use that. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. back on that for some reason. Kind of see what it looks like. See what I mean? How that part isn't flat? Something funky going on with all that. I had a feeling it was going to take those. Oh, damn it. I had a sneaking suspicion. Yay and nay. Let's see what other choices we got here. Now I get this one. But not quite the same as the other one. And that's the end of this side. I think we're going to have to do this somehow. All right. Well, I think we're just fumbling around at this point. Just trying to finish up some of this here so I can call it somewhat finished. But that is a weird offset that I got to figure out because this wall is off. And I got to find out where that's starting because it is, we can see it here, this fold over here that we don't have here, which I think is creating that weird little, tilting action that we're getting. I might have to look into that. And that's all because of this. But I can't move any of this without putting in mods. Since we no longer have the cache pin glitch, I can't change that. I'm hoping that they will just allow that sort of thing to be built on terrain. And we can sort of go, with that. Because I wanted to add some more buildings in here, to kind of match that as a backdrop, as we kind of went around. But I'm going to have to throw my mods back in. So I think that's what I'm going to do right now. I might go and just check the mods back in. And then we'll, because I can't even put the windows into that other end. There's a bunch of stuff I got to try to figure out. If we want to continue with this. And I also have to change some thought process because there was something I was going to do that I am now not able to do because of the lighting change. So I will have to figure that out. And the other thing is, the other day we had an issue here where the electricity for some odd reason wasn't working even though it said it was. And I'm going to go just do a double check on that right now. Before we head out of here. Okay, that's working again. All right. Because the other day we came in and the automatic power enable was not actually enabled. And nice. The light is working again. Okay. Wunderbar. We are back in business. And I kind of want to, just because, why not? And I'm here right now. If I can find it. Should probably put that up a little higher. But yeah, we'll prop it in there for now. I just wanted something as you're walking down. You actually had, like there was somebody in there. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get rolling. I need some food. Means I gotta go to the grocery. Yeah, I mean, I could go through and do some basic stuff and get some, but I've already done so much of that sort of thing. That's why I was enjoying you know, when I discovered that lighting thing, I'm like, oh, what else can we make with that? What can we do with that? And, you know, oh, finally, you know, something I haven't done 100 times, um, you know, and it was just a really great lighting effect. And, you know, I really miss it. I really, really do. It's a bummer. I hope we get it back. I doubt it, but it would be nice. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Thanks for dealing with the rantings of my favorite game and why it is not doing what it should be doing and has always done for so many years. For now to have this, you know, bizarro little change, it just makes it much, much more difficult, you know, for people on console to do anything, you know, similar to, you know, somebody using mods or Blender. But we'll see what happens. We'll get back there. I'll be noodling about in it here and there too to, you know, kind of see, so I'm not on stream getting, you know, too cranky. And I'll see if I can't, you know, come up with something. But until then, this has been me, Kevin C. here, wishing all of you out there a little bit of love, peace, and starship grease. Get your action pants on, get out there, start building if you can. And if you're not building in the game, then enjoy whatever it is. Get your action pants on, jump off a tall building, and you won't break your hips and knees and ankles. All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you soon. Soon, depending on tomorrow's work day, but I doubt it. And then we're looking at, you know, our usual Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So until then, take care, y'all. We'll see you soon. And I hope everyone is doing well. Bye, everybody.
Action Pants Gaming.
Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing pots together, crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right.